Really, a few team changes this week, highlighted by the return of Lalaka to the starting lineup. What does he bring to the team?
He's that triple threat inside centre. He's got good carry, good pass skills, good kicking game. And it's good, it just gives us that depth in the midfield with Isaiah and Joey Walton there as well. So it's good to have Love.
He's got a pretty good combination with Tane too, which will be effective getting the ball to the edges, I imagine.
Yeah, it obviously helps, and also having Joey in that wider channel to link with our outside backs as well. And hopefully Isaiah can come on and bring that energy and power late in the game.
Brumbies are renowned for their ability at the ruck and the maul. It helps that you get Belly and Charlie back for this week.
Yeah, and it'll be no different. It looks like there's a bit of rain forecast coming in as well, so probably be a tight affair around that element of the game. You know what they bring, so having someone of Belly's class back in will help us.
Mahi's a big loss. He's been dynamic all year, but it's a good opportunity for Julian, Heaven and Theo coming off the bench.
Yeah, Maher is a big loss. He's obviously with Dave Precky out for the year. We're probably a bit thin there at different times with concussion with the other boys, so we'll really miss Maher. But look, Jules is an excellent defender, carries the ball hard, he's got good foot speed. Theo's been out for a little bit with concussion, so he'll get his opportunity.
You don't need any incentive to beat the Brumbies, but there's a little motivating factor in Lachlan Swinton's 50th. He's a pretty popular member within the team, isn't he? Yeah,
he's good. Whether it's Swinton's 50th or not, this is a big game for us. But yeah, obviously it's his last year here at the moment, and he's really well respected within our crew, and he cares for the team a lot, so it'll be a big night for him.
Around Dave, what's the sort of situation? Was that a flare-up? Like, how has that sort of gone from being, it was, week by week, and then is it out for the season or something?
No, it's just frustrating for him at the moment because it's obviously been around that Achilles tendon and then into the sheath as well. And he saw a specialist this week, so he got good news there. So, look, he's probably still another 3 to 4 weeks away maybe, but it's not like a break or like an ACL where you can kind of give a definitive starting date when he's actually back. So it's almost day by day, week by week, how it recovers. There's no kind of end point to it that we know of, but the good thing is it's getting better. So hopefully 3 or 4 weeks is what we're looking for.
In terms of bouncing back for this week, Brumbies week always gives that sort of natural energy. It almost just come at the perfect time given sort of how the last sort of couple of weeks have panned out for the side.
Yeah, it's been a tough month for the team, just in terms of the close losses. Like, you don't want to get into the habit of those, and particularly when we had a couple of opportunities to ice a couple of those games. So, look, playing the Brumbies is always a big derby. It's like playing the Reds. Heavily stacked with Wallabies in their forward pack in particular. There's a couple of our boys that, see this as a personal challenge as well. So, look, it's going to be a big battle up front. We know that.
How would you describe this rivalry over the last few years has been? I think the last 4 games have been within 7 points. Like, how do you reflect on those last few games against the Brumbies?
Yeah, probably frustrating again, Tommy. Like, they're obviously the benchmark, so you want to go up against the benchmark with what you're doing there. We just lost that one last year in the final stages of the game when we got ourselves back in front. It's always intense, like what the Brumbies are going to play with. Highly organised, highly structured. It takes a lot of physical effort, mental effort to get over them. So, yeah, hopefully, you put the effort in, we can get a result, but yeah, it's going to be a big game.
It's remarkable that they've won 11 straight now. I think the Brumbies chairman last year said that maybe the rivalry was dead and Tarwick was dead. Is that a fair call, and what does it mean to you guys?
Probably to an administrator it is, potentially, but I think if you look at the way the two teams have battled it out, it doesn't look dead to me. Like, it's on generally, and my time here, every game's been a real battle from both sides. So, whether it's dead or not, I'll let a bloke behind a desk describe that, but I know from the footy team point of view, this is a big game.
Has there been anything different this week? I know sometimes people come in and talk, or there's speeches, etc. Has been anything about the week different you can share that sort of made it or spiced things up a bit?
No, I think this week naturally you get up for it because it's such an important game. Probably the last month, what we've been conscious of is we've been training really well. Intensity and effort's been good. We're just working on our execution. That's probably been the biggest thing. We don't want to go and chop and change the weeks at the moment and pull a magic rabbit out of the hat, so to speak. This week's just about effort, execution and keeping your detail good.
Was that Jack and DC said after the game, something needs to change around with you, those when he gets those 15 minutes about how to close out a game, from a coaching staff perspective, is there something you've identified over these last couple of reviews that's just hasn't been clicking in that side, so I can sort of turn around these fortunes?
Yeah, I think in the majority that the boys are going solid. We're obviously not playing at our best at the moment, but if you reflect on the Rebels, like you can't give a team 18 penalties. Like that just gives them possession and territory straight away. So it doesn't matter how well you're going, if you give up 18 free shots like that. The more you can control possession, build pressure with the football, the more you bring the referee onto your side as well. So they're probably two areas at the moment that we want to sharpen up.
Does the Brumbies work come at the perfect time?
Yeah, it probably does. Like, if you look at our last month, mindset-wise, there's not too many easy games in the competition this year. Everyone's knocking each other over. So Fiji, you've got to be up for. You play the Blues, you've got to be up for. Brumbies have been the benchmark team in Australia probably for a decade now. So, yeah, if you don't prepare well, you're going to get caught. So it's a big game.
Just in terms of off-field distractions and so forth, has that played any kind of part, do you think, in just not being as sharp as you guys would have liked?
No, I don't think so. We're aware of what's going on and all that type of thing. You just got to park that. Like if you get too caught up in that and you live in that space, then you're going to die in that space as well. So the boys have been really good. Like I was just saying earlier, their intensity, their training, their application at training has been excellent. So we just got to tighten up a couple of little areas, and then hopefully we'll start to get on the other side of the ledger.
And just forget the question that has been asked, Belly, just in terms of his fitness, he didn't train last week, has he been training this week?
Yeah, he's done full week. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's all systems go.
Yeah, ready to go. Yeah.
Tough call on Parisi as well. How close was that with Joey?
Yeah, it was a tough call, and even we discussed it. Do we bring La back after he's only played 20 minutes as well? So. We've done it a couple of times this year where we want to bring a bit of power off the bench. It's probably more rotation with those boys at the moment. Izzy will come back into the side at some stage. But we like to see his power through that midfield later in the game when it starts to slow up a little bit.